Hello YouTube. How's everyone going? So guys, had a little bit of a hiccup with the stream key. I think I had my 13 UTC and 9 UTC mixed up a little bit, hence the couple minutes delay. So I started on the on the wrong stream, and I think now we're back on the one that we're meant to be time wise. So the match that we're meant to watch today, or at this time zone, I guess, is this one over here. So this is from Realm of Horus, and we got 200C Cruel Wolves versus a 97 BD. Now, why are we watching this match? Well, I'm not even 100% sure whether we're gonna watch this match now, because now it says 32 as in 30 plus 2 and 20 plus 0. So that wasn't the case when we picked this match to watch. So what are we going to do now is we're gonna just see if there's anything else more relevant, if there's anything else more worthy of watching, and then see if there's anything that fancies us. So we're just gonna quickly look through. Now there's a match over here. This is definitely not worth watching. This is not worth watching either. So all of them quite low power. Actually, you know what? At least in this case, you got a 30 versus 30. So 13 DO versus ARE. So at least you got a 13 versus 30. So what we're going to do is we're going to tick all of them, just in case. And we're going to go back and check the other team that we were meant to watch, because we probably can get in. Well, this other one at 9 UTC, it doesn't look that great, as in power difference is quite high. B, hey man, how you going? So B, this is what's happening. We were meant to watch Cruel Wolves versus 97 BD. Now 97 BD, when I checked the last time, actually had 30. They didn't have 20 people, they had 30 people. Now looks like they got 20 people now, so I'm not too sure whether this is worthwhile watching. So we just set up a few alternatives that we can kind of scroll through and see which one is worth watching. Because 20 versus 30 is not gonna be a great match. Now in Sobek, the earliest realm, there's quite a few that we can kind of scroll through. At least they look like 30 versus 30. So anything 30 versus 30 is gonna be more interesting. What time is my arc? My arc is at 15 UTC. That's why we kind of only cover the early matches. TSN Lambao, 99% of these group round matches are lopsided anyway. Yeah, true. I mean, they're like, sometimes you look at this, say for example, you look at the match that we thought we were going to watch. Where is it? Horus? Yeah, Horus. So this, before the start of the match, it actually looked like they had more, or I must have looked at it wrong. But anyways, now it's 30 versus 20. So yeah, it's not going that great. Okay, let's see when we can get into this. So we can get into the other one, but not this. This match has started. We'll click a couple more times. Yep, we can get in now. All right, let's see if this is a 20 versus 30 steal. Power wise, not that far. So can 20 take over 30? We don't know. So they got their full list of players. They got backups. So 200C is definitely ready with the 2.4 billion power. And on the right hand side, yep, they don't have enough players. They definitely don't have enough players. No backups. And how many is that? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's actually just 20. So this is gonna be a 20 versus 30. So you know what, guys, if it's a 20 versus 30, then rather than watching this, we can try to find a 30 versus 30. Okay, in Horus there's only one, and this is the one that we just had a look at. Anubis, There's one match at Anubis. There's nothing at Bastard. Sobek. You got 14 people versus 10. You got 11 versus 13. Oh my god, 1 versus 11. Which one has similar powers? I think the one we were looking at had more. This is not gonna be full. Under 1 million, this is not gonna be full for sure. This is probably not gonna be full either. So, Bastard didn't have any. Anubis. Maybe this. 16 versus 11, and the one that we had 13 versus 6. Like seriously, the rewards are pretty good. I mean, if these guys played, just play for the sake of it, just for the rewards. Why not? Okay, we may go into this. This is where we have more people, I guess, on both sides. So who do we have here? We got 9 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds left. And we got 10WO. Actually, let's check from here. We got 10WO and we have CNF6. You got 18 versus 11. No. I mean, I really don't get it. Even if I was like, I did spend time in teams which didn't have a chance of winning, but then at the same time, I did go in, as in at least myself, in all the matches, because you do want to get the rewards out of it, right? Like the rewards are decent. So from a Lilith point of view, like one random occasion where they're doing a decent job, 12 versus 22. All right, now that all the matches started and everyone can port their backups in, let's go and check if there's any other where it's a bit better than 10 versus 30. So this is the match we're gonna watch. 14 versus 7. Now that's bad. 22 versus 12. This is slightly better, maybe. Nothing invested, and Sobek was our last hope. 14 versus 18. 14 versus 18. You guys want to check out the 14 versus 18? That looks a little bit closer, maybe. Now these guys, they have a little less power. They have a little more power. Maybe this is closer. Let's go into this. All right, this is getting depressing already. Now we're going to see if the match gets interesting, then we may continue streaming. If the match is boring as hell, then we will call it a day and wait for the 13 UTC match. Maybe the 13 UTC match is going to be a bit better. Most of the better matches are at 15, and I'm actually on 15 at the moment, so I can't. So let's look at the people playing. So on the blue side, we got 13DO with 14 players, and on the right-hand side, we got ARE, Army of Darkness, with 19. Now, the people with 19, they have less power. The people with 15, they have more power. So can 15 people win against 19? Is power more important or having more players on the field more important? Let's say that that's what we are learning. Now, at the moment, it looks like the blue team with less players are more organized because they have taken the obelisks. Both blue obelisks has been, I guess they entered both obelisks. Surprisingly, they entered the same time. They're meant to enter this earlier. This is a little farther, but anyways, they entered both of them at the same time. Now red managed to get one of their obelisks, as in not get, entered. The second one they're about to go in, so red's a little slow off the mark. But then okay, 15 versus 19. I think it was 14 versus 19, or 15 was it, but either way, still not a full team from either side. Okay, this clicked a little later, I think. Oh no, that's not what happened. They actually took them later. You know why red is taking up the obelisks even though they entered later? Because they used hard push, which helps them, which reduces the time it takes to control the building. B, will you stream at 15 UTC? Nah man, I'm not allowed to stream our own matches. So I'm gonna play the 15 UTC match, but I can't stream at 15 UTC. And 15 UTC is already 1 a.m. my time. That's why I probably won't be able to stream the one after. All right, now let's look at the rallies. There should be a rally going in there. Yep, so red has rallied the blue. Oh, blue didn't have any marches in the obelisk, so red kind of takes over. Bad mistake from blue, but then what is this red guy going? Man, you gotta be there. Why are you going? Where are you going? Like, you may be doing farm killing, but then taking over the obelisk probably gives you a little bit more. So that Belisarius shouldn't have left. Now 1 minute 30. Can a red hold on? Is there any other obelisks that being rallied at the moment? No. Nope. All right, obelisk capture complete for one of the red obelisks, so they're going to be porting here. The other two obelisks are not being rallied, so let's see whether blue can take over. 1 minute left. I don't think the Minamoto can hold on to 1 minute. He's going yellow already. Damn that Belisarius, he shouldn't have left. Maybe he came back, we missed. Nah, actually I don't think he came back, but either way. So if you lose an obelisk at the start, it messes up your game completely. So it's very important to get your obelisk. So don't send just the T1 march. You need to send a rally. You need to keep it garrisoned as long as you see there's an enemy rally coming in. Now 19 seconds later, this guy is gonna hit the red obelisk. Oh, okay, so they're going cross. So blue is gonna try to take over the other side. I don't think blue can because all the red cities have ported in. So that's why you use hard push, because if you use hard push, then you have to hold on to your buildings a little less. Now 9 seconds left, 7 seconds left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was wrong, and they did manage to hold on. Are we gonna see any blue? No red cities ported in. Red had the chance to teleport all the way here, and I don't think any of the red cities did. I mean, if you don't have a big city, maybe you shouldn't, but then I'm sure that red has 1 or 2 big cities, so they probably could have. Now this match at the moment actually looks quite even. So if you look at the minimap, you got almost equal numbers of blue and red. Now how red is defending their obelisk is ideal. Obviously they got a proper garrison there. By proper, I mean Charles is probably not proper, but then we're not talking about very strong teams. So either way, at least it's still a garrison, right? So red managed to hold on. And for these teams, for an average team, I mean, unless you're like 1V or JST, maybe using hard push should be mandatory just so that you can take the buildings early on. Jedi Mind, hey dude, how are you going? Hey man, we're trying to see if this match becomes interesting. A very low powered match from, I want to say, Sobek. I think this is from Sobek, yep. So a very low powered team on either side. So you got 15 versus 13, so not the whole bunch of players showed up either. But then we're trying to see how they do. So from these kingdoms, I'm sure the bigger players are in better teams, but then I think even with what they have, they're not doing a bad job. Actually, sorry, if this is Sobek, then Charles is a decent garrison. Charles is the only garrison that you can probably use, right? I mean, I'm not even sure whether you got Constantine, maybe Constantine, but either way, Charles is ideal. Because look at the marches. Yes, this is Sobek. So obviously you only have access to early game commanders. So they're doing a decent job. So you have the desert order under pressure. Actually, not under pressure. Blue has taken it over. So red was meant to take it and blue has taken it over. And on the other side, red has an extra building on the other side. So all up, buildings wise, it's pretty even. If you look at points per minute, not that much of a difference. 510 points per minute versus 440 with a few buildings still to turn. Jedi, Constantine who was the best garrison here, and Saladin was GRL is yes, Jedi Mind is correct. I forgot about Constantine, so I mean not Constantine, Wu. I forgot about Wu. Given that these are very low powers teams, there's a good chance they don't have Wu, but you know what? Charles is doing a decent job here. I don't know who the secondary is behind Charles. I can't see the animation, but either way, they're doing a pretty good job. Now, all these marches trying to swarm it, I don't think they're gonna take it. Oh, maybe, because blue doesn't have any reinforcements. Oh, reinforcement coming in. So, this guy over here, is it the same guy? No, they're different people, even though both their name starts with Duma. So, Duma Fix and Duma Fate and Duma Nix. If they get in, maybe they can hold on to the building. The march is swarming, only 4 of them. I don't know why this march is standing there rather than swarming. Nah, I don't think they can make it. So one of the guys came out. You should go in. So blue is doing a decent job holding an advanced position. Now Ark has 2 minutes left. By this time, bigger teams would probably gather in the middle, but you got 15 versus 19. Oh, 21. Red has a much better advantage now. 21 people in the match. Now, usually you'll start forming more marches in the middle by now. I think they're taking a bit more time to get there. Red is slowly getting there. I can see some red marches coming in, or actually quite a few red marches coming in. So red is definitely playing this right. So remember, guys, red had less power. So even though they have a few more extra players now, they actually had red less power. And this is going to be pretty sad for blue if they lose it, because they had more power. They were expected to decently more power. They were expected to win this, but if people doesn't show up, this is what happens. Red has done a cheeky move over here, taking over some of the outposts as well. So the on red side, actually building game still pretty even other than the 2 outposts. So if you look at it, red has taken over 1 extra and blue has taken over 1 extra. So red is probably a bit more powerful on the right hand side because they are able to push in. Now you're looking at single garrison, single rally, Sansu garrison, I mean. Okay, early game Sansu probably not that bad. Now middle flight, is blue gonna come in? No, we see red coming in from all over the place, and they timed it somewhat right. I mean, you really want to get there 2 minutes before, but it's only 40 seconds left, but all you can see is red. So red's probably gonna take the Ark as well. So now I'm in a bit of a concern for blue, because if they are not even coming to the middle fight, can they win this match? How can they win this match? Well, this building is gonna turn in their favor in like couple seconds, and they have extra marches coming in. But then I think red is about to pressure that building. People started to use siege already. This is pretty early in the match. I don't know whether this is time for siege already. And in the middle, I think blue is gonna give up on this Ark. Ark has appeared and Optimus has started collecting the Ark. So he's gonna be on his way. There's a lot of fighting taking place here. I'm not too sure why red is all the way up here. Maybe rather than fighting here, they could have gone for this. It looks like this march is going for... So it looks like there's like single marches going rather than a rally. There's not that many rallies at this time in the match. You probably want to see a lot of rallies. It looks like everyone's still rallying obelisks. Why are people rallying obelisks still, not the buildings? So blue has taken back one of their outposts. Ark looks like it's all the way on this red side, and it looks like they're guarding the Ark well as well. and they should be able to score it pretty soon. Now the point difference with the other arc is not that bad, so blue with less people not necessarily doing that bad. So 13 DO only if they had their combatants come in. Now they registered 30 people, they had like 10 backups as well, so from there only 15, quite disappointing. On the other hand, red's doing a decent job with the players they have. All right, let's see if this is a rally. No, this is not a rally. So blue is actually doing a good job in terms of putting in their garrisons. So every garrison that we saw, they have a Charles or something there. So they're doing a decent job. The only sad thing that blue did early on is didn't put like a garrison here. So that's why it took them a little while to teleport. So both blue buildings on the left lane under pressure. And I was just saying how blue has better garrisons. Blue actually had a KvK in the Shrine of War. But buildings changing hand quite frequently. So blue has taken over the Shrine of War. And blue is now gonna take over their own desert altar as well, it looks like. So all these marches swarming probably can take it. So the noticeable thing is lack of rallies. There's like one rally on the way. Okay. CC is OP in running. Yeah. Ali Sharkar, hey bro, hey man, how are you going? So Minamoto rallies. So Saladin YSG, as Jedi Mind was saying, is probably a better choice. Saladin Khan probably works as well. Minamoto, not sure whether he's the best, but looks like he's gonna take over this obelisk because blue is not garrisoning it as much as they should. Some of them are doing open field fighting rather than garrisoning. So a Fate and Demon and Zaint, low IQ Zaint. Well, low IQ Zaint is showing a lot of IQ because he just took out one of his marches and he's putting in one more. So he's definitely not low IQ. I would say he's very high IQ. And the people fighting outside, probably more like less IQ. But either way, red is heavily pressuring this obelisk and they have taken over the building. Now, red should put in most of the marches they can, and let's see if they have any big cities that can port in. But other than that, points per minute, pretty similar to, well, exactly the same, 280, because the buildings are changing hands quite frequently. The extra bonus red has is from capturing the first arc. So red has captured and scored the first arc. 7.5 minutes later, we're gonna get to see the second arc. Now let's see which are the buildings under pressure. And this is a Richard garrison, not that bad, and it's a single Sun Tzu hitting rather than a rally again. So the lack of rallies, I mean, they're focusing on obelisk. I don't know whether that's a great play, but anyways, what are they rallying? They're rallying the other obelisk again. All right, now let's see whether they can keep this obelisk. I think they can, because what red's doing at the moment is red zeroing all the cities around. So the guys in these cities, I mean the owners of these cities, they're more worried about keeping the city. So they're keeping all their marches inside rather than focusing on the obelisk. So this is a nice little distraction which will run the timer over on the obelisk, and that's when red can teleport. Now, because there's a lot of blue cities here, the teleport only works if you have a big sort of city that can port in. So we're looking at 24, 16. Actually, any city will do 14, 18, 19. So if you have like a 40 million city that can port in, even then he can easily zero all of them. And whilst blue is busy with this, red can probably take over other buildings now. Actually, red hasn't taken over the other buildings. So on the right hand side, blue has more buildings now. And more importantly, blue is holding how many altars now? 1, 2, 3. Blue has 3 altars. As you can see, they generate more points. So blue is doing a good job with the points per minute game. So yeah, 580 versus 430. And 15, it's still 15. Now let's see. I can see one city porting. This should be one of the bigger red cities. Decent 24, not bad. And this is 18. Okay, some of the red guys came in. Now this guy over here. Oh, see, smart move. So he's paying attention. He actually had a Lohar in garrison. He changed it to Sun Tzu. So the Sun Tzu is going to be surviving obviously little bit longer. Now one more red city porting in, 23. So guys, see, even if you're in early game, Ark of Osiris, you're not actually using any speed ups. Like technically you can use healing speed ups. You probably shouldn't, like save them for KvK. But at the same time, these guys in red, they came in, 21 of them, they're having fun. Like this was a equally matched power wise game. So even if you're low power, like in normal Ark, you're probably gonna match up with someone with your, similar to your own power. So Ark of Osiris can still be fun for teams that kind of come in numbers and want to play together. So I'm pretty sure these guys are having fun. I kind of feel bad for blue because they just didn't show up in numbers. Now, he didn't like his Sun Tzu choice, that guy over there with the 18 million power. So rather than Sun Tzu, he went for a Minamoto. Not sure whether that's a better choice, but then he got friends. Hello over here with 23 million power. He is helping his buddy swarm down that Charles. That Charles was really tanky. Charles and Sun Tzu, that's a solid match for this level of gameplay, early game I mean. That city over there, that Charles is gonna hold on as well, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so red is going to swarm and zero all these cities over here. And as they do that, blue is gonna run out of troops and all the buildings are gonna go red, which is what's happening. So in terms of strategy and stuff, whatever red's doing, as you guys saw, is pretty good. The first thing was they managed to put the obelisk under pressure, which is not a bad idea. Now the second obelisk, initially I didn't think it's a good idea, but then the fact that they took it and kept it and then ported cities in kind of worked in their favor. This is something, I mean, early game arcs you can kind of do. But other than that, red, the most important thing, has showed up with more numbers. And those numbers definitely make a difference. Now, I hope red is not leaving this obelisk unguarded. They have 3 cities, which is good, because if you teleport out all the cities, then blue can just take this and teleport all the way here. Now, blue thinking about going for Ark. 2 minutes left. I don't think blue is going for this anymore. Nope. I don't think blue can make a meaningful difference in the match anymore because of what's happening here. City zeroing. Richard in garrison, Charles in garrison. I mean, Richard's probably not the best choice. The Charleses were better choices. Minamoto, oh my god, Belisarius now, seriously. Now what happens is, if your city gets zeroed like 3 times, then you get ported back to your starting zone, and because you don't have the obelisk, it's not like you can port back out. More and more red cities come in. So blue cities, there's 1, 2, 3 cities, maybe 4 cities left maybe. So all the fighting is in this screen. Now match is over for sure. You guys want to go out and check what else is going on. So the score difference isn't that high, but as you can see, the match is definitely over. So let's go out and see by any chance if any of the other matches has become interesting. So watch. 22,000 versus 1,000. Nope, that's probably not interesting. Anubis. 24,000 versus 1,000. Nope, that doesn't kind of make the cut of interesting either. If we look at Sobek, oh my god, these guys, this is not a current match, but they scored 0. and 29 people showed up. Their power were quite similar. What happened here? Anyways, 10,000, 15,000. Is that the match we were watching? Yep, that's probably the closest match. That's the one we were watching. And the other matches are even more awkward. This is 22 versus 22. Even with 22 versus 22, the power difference is too much. Now I'm just gonna try to get in just for the sake of it, because I want to check what we can. So even if it's 200, if you keep clicking, you kind of get in. This is all blue. All right. So blue has played a much better game, even though the combatant numbers are somewhat similar, right? 23 and 22. Nope, not worth watching. And I think that's pretty much it, right? At the moment, I don't think there were any other matches. Sobek, this is what we were looking at. Yep, this is what we were looking at. All right, out of 13 DO and ARE, congratulations to ARE for having more players and then going towards receiving the rewards out of this match. But as far as us watching Ark of Osiris goes, I don't think it's worthwhile trying to watch anymore. There's gonna be one more at 13 UTC that I do want to watch. It's not here. It involves Mimi. Mimi is one of the stronger teams. I forgot which division they're in, but that's one of the matches that we did want to watch. So I'll see you guys at 13 UTC again. There's a good chance that the 13 UTC match is going to be a little bit better, and because there's quite a few more interesting matches at 13 UTC. So we'll call it a day here. Thanks for being here, guys. Sadly, the match wasn't interesting, so we're just finishing early, and I'll see you all at 13 UTC. Bye for now.